Hey guys, I am Game Advisor and welcome back to another Icarus mission video. Today we're going to be covering the mission Maelstrom Expedition, which is of course one of the newer ones on the Styx map. Now before you drop in, you'll want to make sure you bring as much movement speed gear as you can since there's going to be a lot of running. Then once you do start the mission, make sure that everyone grabs the scanner they have from the pod. This means if you're playing multiplayer that you can have multiple of them in case one of them does die, so just make sure you bring all of them. We do recommend at the bare minimum once you drop in, you take the time to find a nearby cave and get yourself a cave worm bow if possible. This is assuming of course you do have that unlocked, otherwise a wooden bow would do just fine. Just make sure maybe you bring two of them if you're alone, since there's a good chance you're going to burn through the durability. You'll also want plenty of flint arrows, so make sure to bring plenty of those too, and craft tons and tons of wooden hedgehogs. We crafted about 20. I would recommend crafting upwards to 30 to 40 just to be safe if you don't want to grind all the way up to a gun. You can grind up to a gun, but even then I'd still bring wooden hedgehogs to keep yourself safe if you're playing by yourself. Next, you'll want to go ahead and head over to the first point located here, where you'll have to deal with wolves and bears after you activate the scanner on the location. Do make sure you pick it up once you're done, and once you have finished it, as you will want to make sure you take that to the next point. It does have a health bar as well, and that does not regenerate, so do keep that in mind. Otherwise, if you do have some defensive structures like some wooden hedgehogs, I'd recommend you just place them around it to give it a little bit of protection in case something slips through. This is going to be the same for pretty much every single one of these except the third one, which we'll cover in just a second. The second one is going to be located here, and it is in the snow biome where you're going to have a lot of Arctic wolves and jaguars, so just be prepared for that. The third location is going to be located here in a different snow biome, and it will have polar bears and polar bear cubs, which is a new type of enemy. Polar bear cubs are essentially just polar bears hyped up on Coca-Cola with less HP that hit less hard. They're incredibly fast zoomers, so just be prepared for them as they go super fast. This is where those wooden hedgehogs are going to come in handy, and I do also recommend that if you can, you put some wooden or thatch ramps around. These will catch them on them and give you a chance to kind of pump some arrows into them when they get stuck. You'll also have to deal with the mother polar bears, the bigger normal ones. So again, just having as many flint arrows as you can and having the most amount of hedgehogs and defenses made possible so that you feel comfortable to deal with this is going to help you a lot. I do also recommend that you set down a small spawn point nearby, just so that if you do die and you're playing solo, or even if you're playing with 2 or 3 people, you don't have to run all the way back. Next, you'll want to go ahead and head to the cave objective that's marked on your map located here. Once you arrive, you'll then need to go and get some explosives from down the cliff. Now you could walk all the way around if you want, or you could do what we did and kind of just jump your way down and slide. You just have to be very careful because it's very easy to die. We used some ramps to catch ourselves. We did all sorts of different things. We crouched walk down, which if you didn't know, if you're crouch walking, you cannot slide as long as you don't stand up. This is a really neat trick that helps a lot when you're going down. It's almost like playing Minecraft. When you crouch, you kind of can't fall off. So it's just a tip to help you get down the mountain. Once you do get down there though, you'll see a destroyed pod. You'll want to loot it because it's going to have some explosives in it. Once you do get those explosives, you'll then want to go ahead and head back up to the cave. And once again, you can either walk all the way around, or you can do our little trick here, which is super cheese, and go up this kind of like sloped mountain nearby and just crouch walk the whole way up. It's total cheese. It's definitely not intended. It will probably be fixed in the future, but for the moment it works. So if you don't want to walk all the way around, this is an option, but it is a dangerous option. If you do this solo and you die, you're gonna have to walk back anyways. So I'll leave this up to you whether or not you want to try it. After that, you're going to want to go ahead and place the explosives on the wall. It is worth mentioning though that they aren't going to blow up yet. You're going to have to run all the way around to the other entrance of the cave to set the explosives before you can actually blow them up and finish the mission. This is the last step though, so don't worry, we're getting to the end. Now, you do have a few options as to how you're going to get to the other side. I do recommend you use Icarus Intel if you're not already, because it does have the locations of all the tunnels for you to get into the desert biome, but it's worth mentioning there are a few different entrances into it. There is one you can get to that's very close by, but if you have not done the prerequisite mission, you can't get in that way, so we're not even going to bother really showing it. So you're going to want to go ahead and and head to the northern frost biome via K3. So you're gonna have to go back into the forest biome you were just in and then head to K3 to get into the frost biome from the forest biome on the northern frost biome. After that, head to H2, which will transition you into the other forest biome. Then head to G3, where you're gonna find a tunnel that will take you into the desert biome from the forest biome. And I know it's a little confusing here, just watch it back and see where we're going and where we're showing you to go. If you get lost, it's not that bad. The last thing I want to mention for you though is that there is also a cave in C4 that if you decided to take that route, it might be faster. We personally did not because this is the route we knew to take, but it's up to you if you want to try to go find that. Now, once you're in the desert, simply head to the cave marked on your map and place the explosives. This is very straightforward. You just set them down like you did before and head down south until you reach that part of the cave. Then step back, you'll see some nice pretty fireworks, and congratulations, you've now finished the mission. You can either walk back to your pod or do what we did, which will again probably be fixed in the future, and simply walk inside the cave and hit the unstuck button. For us, this teleported us right back to our pod, so this might help you just get back a little quicker. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Congratulations on finishing your mission, and if you want to see more Icarus mission guides, tips, videos, and just overall survival game content, consider subscribing to our channel. We put out new videos all the time, and we can't do it without you. Thank you so much for watching once again. I'm Game Advisor, and I'll see you next time.